open up on smoke. What? Now, I got on the job in 2003. 2003, September 14th, I was sworn in 2003. And at that time, when I went to Proby school, the books, the manuals were still saying, do not open the line on smoke. If you don't see fire and you're only in smoke, don't open up the line. That's what they were still teaching. That's what they were saying. It was still kind of iffy and gray area, but that's, you know, when you're in Proby school and you're a new guy and you don't know anything about fire, you didn't know anything about fire, you got to take what they say, you know, as the Bible. It was in the manual. I actually found the manual. It's easy to find this stuff online. But that was back then, 2003. So I take that information that I got out into the field with me. Didn't really catch a lot of work in my first firehouse. Was only there a year. Transferred up to 59 engine. Started going to work almost right away. And not too long after I got there, we caught a job. It was the toughest job up to that point of my very, very young career. And it was in a vacant building directly on the other side of the firehouse. We were on 133. The fire was on 132 Street in a 5-story tenement. It was a top floor job, vacant building. At the time, there was still a lot of vacants back then, but a lot of them were being rehabbed. This particular vacant there was cinder block walls everywhere, and I have a video, if you go back in my videos, about a very humbling fire. And this is the story I talk about. So what I wanted to say was about, you know, opening up on smoke, right? So the call comes in, very young guy. I got the nozzle. I got 2 truck guys in between me when we still had the door position, the back up in the door. And then Proby on the control. Very, very, very senior engine chauffeur. And the boss was a very brand new lieutenant in Harlem. Great guy. Great, great dude. But we catch his job early in the morning. And it's top floor. Stretch the line. And the truck guys, we can't find it. Truck guys can't find a fire, believe it or not. Got a charge line on the top floor. I had to mask up. These truck guys were taking down cinder block walls. 2 great men on the can and the irons. One of them is not with us any longer. Scott Seaver, great, great guy. The other guy was Mark Victorio. Great dude, knows what the hell he's doing, got medals. He's a great, great guy. But we're all young on the job. We're all still young on the job. And finally, you know, they take down this one cinder block wall, and it's fucking lights out, like black as night. You know, and I'm going to have a video soon entitled Lights Out. Kind of just give a familiarization to new guys or what to expect who haven't really caught real heavy fires yet. And again, this channel is really just a familiarization channel. I'm not going to teach tactics. I'm just going to tell stories. A lot of fluff on this channel. But, you know, I might pick a couple things here and there. I might pick on it, some tactics, but that's not really what this is about. Anyway, so this is my first real heavy fire where it's lights the fuck out. And I can't see any fire. But we get into the apartment and it's hot as balls. You cannot, literally it looks like somebody pulled the shade in front of your face. You cannot see your hand in front of your face. You can hear everything going on. You could hear it. You could feel the heat, but you don't know where it is. The whole apartment is so fucking hot and so dark, but I can't see it. So now in my head, at a Proby school, I'm remembering, don't open up on smoke. And I was like, you know, that was going through my head. And I was like, you know what? It's so fucking hot in here. And I can't see shit. Nobody told me what the fuck to do. I just fucking opened the line directly above my head on smoke. Even though they were teaching us not to do that. That has since changed. I'm just telling you that because I'm going to get to that. But I made a fucking new guy command fucking decision because it was so fucking hot and so dark. I just had to cool it down. And it was instinct. That was just instinct as a young guy to open up on smoke, even though I knew in my head that they told us not to do that at the time. That's what they were teaching. And they might have been in transition of a different way. I don't remember exactly when it changed in the books, but I do have books here from 2021 that says not to do, or it says that you can do it. So I opened up the line directly above my head because it was so hot. You know, young guy, just instinctively did it. And as soon as I did that, it cooled things down a little bit, and boom, there it was. There was the fire. Now I could see it. That just doing that, breaking up the heat, I could now see the fire rolling above our heads. And boom, I opened up the line and, making a push as best as I could. Great guys behind me. It was very, very humbling fire. But I had to open up on smoke, even though they told you not to. So sometimes, you might have to make a fucking command decision that might be against what they're teaching you to instinctively save your fucking lives, instinctively to cool things down, instinctively to fucking make sure everybody gets the fuck out of there. That's just what I did instinctively. I fucking took a chance because they told me not to do it, and I did it. And it cooled things down, and we made a push and put a lot of fire out, and it was a real kick-ass job. Really humbled me. That was the toughest job up to that point of my very, very young career. Now, they changed that somewhere along the line because maybe it was happening a lot more in the city, and guys were getting experience, and fires were getting hotter. The smoke from the material was getting darker. Maybe that they were getting a lot of feedback from the field that they had to change this. That it really doesn't, if anything, it doesn't hinder the fire. It helps. It helps fucking the operators. It helps the nozzleman, the backup man, the truck guys to see a little bit better, to cool things down, to prevent flashover. You got to put that fucking line in place. You got to open up that line to cool things down. That's what water does. Water cools fire, right? I guess we can all agree on that. Speaking of agreeing on things, subscribe, like, comment. All you guys out there, new guys, senior guys, throw your 2 cents in the comments. It helps grow the channel, so I appreciate it. But I'm going to have a series of 5 quick episodes of FDNY Engine Company riding positions. And again, not going to teach tactics, so to speak. I'm really just going to kind of give a familiarization for potential firemen, new firemen, guys that just took the test, even senior guys that are out there or guys with some time on, just a familiarization, what to expect, how to feel, how to act, your attitude, your aggressiveness, stuff like that. I'm not really going to teach actual tactics. There's plenty of guys out there. I'm more of a fluff guy trying to tell funny stories, good stories, fire stories, maybe just get a message across, a little motivation, a little inspiration type of deal. But I found this because I'm going to start going over these positions just so, I'm refreshing myself. And I found in Engine Company Operations, FDNY, August 5th, 2021, I guess they were rewritten. I'm sure it was written before that, about opening the nozzle on smoke as a preventative measure taken so that hidden fire can be extinguished while reducing the chance of flashover. If there is a smoke condition with high heat, the nozzle should be open on smoke and operated as necessary to cool the area and advance towards the fire. This is done only at the directions of the engine officer. When you get more experience, maybe when you're a new guy and you don't have the experience, you haven't felt that heat like me, and you're not sure what's going on, take the direction of the engine officer. But when you get more experience and you start feeling the heat more and it's too hot, you're going to be able to do that on your own. You're not going to need the engine officer to tell you that it's too fucking hot to open up the line, right? Maybe by that time, if you need the engine officer, it might be too late. But as a new guy for myself, I instinctively thought that. So I was like, it's too hot. I got to cool it down. And I just opened it up over my head and then exposed everything and cooled it down a little bit. It cooled down a tiny bit, but it was hot as balls still. But it cooled it down enough so we can operate and see where I was going. And then the truck opened up the roof, and it was glorious after that. But anyway, as a new guy, you're going to have to experience these things sometimes. And you might not know or have the feeling for it yet. Take the engine officer advice or do it. You got to do it instinctively. You got to hang in there and listen to you guys, communicate with you guys, all right, as a new guy. You will get experience. And once you get that experience, you'll be able to make those decisions on your own, all right? Thanks. Don't forget to subscribe, like, check me out on TikTok, check me out on Instagram in the bio and all that stuff. And remember, it must be true if you heard it at the kitchen table. Take care.